Really Reviews.
Hello, Nico. All right. So it's a big weekend in the world of cinema. It's the Barbenheimer weekend, and I did a Thursday Barbie viewing, Friday Oppenheimer viewing. You just participated in the marathon viewing, though. You did a 6-hour straight trip at the theater, and I want to hear about you did an Oppenarby.
Yeah,
So you saw Oppenheimer
I did
first, and then you did
Oppenarby.
Barbie after. So tell me about your Oppenarby experience, just to get started.
So it was a Saturday because now it's Sunday, 1:24 a.m. So Saturday afternoon we landed from Colorado at 3:40ish, 4 o'clock. Went to see Oppenheimer at 6, and that went till 9. Quickly ran and grabbed food, and then 30 minutes after the Oppenheimer viewing, we went and saw Barbie.
So tell me how you're feeling right now.
I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Because Lisa and I were flying tomorrow at 11 a.m.
This is a long day for you. So
It's okay. I'm only in Columbus for 18 hours. I had to go watch the 2 movies that I've been waiting for all summer.
It's understandable. So for this review, we want to talk about Oppenheimer more. So
We'll do Oppenheimer, and then we'll do a 2-minute Barbie. A separate episode that's only 2 minutes.
I mean, we could upload it separately, but we'll do a
Yeah, we got to space out the content.
we'll do a little short Barbie review, sort of a speed run Barbie review like we do for The Flash. So stay tuned for that. But Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan's this is his 11th movie.
11th major motion picture.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think following technically counts if you want, but that's not that wasn't something that was supported by a studio.
Yeah, okay. So, whatever. 11th major motion picture starring Cillian Murphy as the title character, J. Robert Oppenheimer, also
Robert
known
Downey
as the
Jr.,
Yeah.
Jack Quaid, Matt Damon, Rami Malek, Emily Blunt, Florence Pugh. The cast goes on and on and on. Honestly, this might be the best cast of the year.
Yeah, it's filled with like Oscar nominees and winners down the list for some super small supporting roles as well.
They have, for example, they have Devin Bostic, who is Roderick from the Diary of the Wimpy Kid
absolute
franchise.
star of the show.
Josh Peck. I already said Rami Malek.
Mm-hmm.
Casey Affleck is in this. Benny Safdie, one of the Safdie brothers, is acting in this
Yeah,
too.
and most of these names I'd like to mention aren't.
Kenneth Branagh.
They're not. Yeah, these guys aren't. These guys and gals are not big roles in the movie. They're relatively limited supporting roles, and the movie is just Cillian Murphy on screen for the majority of the time, and he is fantastic.
What do you mean? It's Christopher Nolan when he says, "I'm Oppenheimer."
Yeah. All right,
And the whole screen explodes.
This is your fatigue. Your fatigue is coming
You
out
can't
now.
tell. I just came from the Oppenheimer viewing today because I have read from being blown up in the theater.
Yeah, this is what you get if you purchase the 4D experience. The bomb actually goes off in your theater, and
That
you're
lit up
burned.
my nose.
This is a really insensitive joke. I feel like this is bad.
It's a fictional bomb.
Entirely
Not
based on
fictional.
reality. Yeah, it's not fictional. All right.
It's not fictional. It's
All right. Anyways,
historically fictional.
let's start by talking about the acting. I think you named a lot of the supporting roles. A lot of them are great. The standouts to me were Matt Damon, and for supporting roles, Matt Damon, Emily Blunt,
And Robert Downey Jr.
and Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, those 3 performances were they killed it. I from my perspective, the 2 things carried this movie to excellency. It's an excellent movie.
Mm-hmm.
The editing, fast-paced, like it always is with Nolan movies, like you have grown to expect if you've seen anything since The Dark Knight or before that. And the acting is fantastic. Like this, I think this is the best acting I've seen in a Nolan movie. Honestly, by far. I honestly have nothing negative to say about the
it's
performances.
focused only on acting. Like, there's no
Yeah.
stunts, there's no cool choreography or
Well,
anything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's some cool stuff.
Yeah, no.
Story-wise, there's some
but there's
cool
no,
stuff.
like,
And
Batman fighting people. There's
Yeah.
no Tenet seeing people go inverted and fight backwards. There's no Prestige doing magic tricks. It's all just watching people speak.
And it's Nolan's first character study biopic, so that's why that it needs to be acting focused. But like all the performers knocked it out of the park. And Cillian Murphy, honestly, perfect. I think best performance I've seen this year. Seriously, like a perfect performance. I can't.
Him and Glenn Howerton from Blackberry, the bald guy.
Do you think that stood up to this?
Waterloo,
You think
where
that
the
stood up to
vampires
this?
hang out. Yeah.
All right.
Remember when he's just screaming 2/3 of the movie? It's great.
Okay, Blackberry is great, but it's not close. It's
Okay,
not
maybe.
close to as good as this.
Okay, maybe
In
not.
terms of a leading role.
Okay, maybe not.
Really none of the acting.
But he's from Waterloo,
Hey, okay, all right.
where the vampires hang out.
You're about to give this movie a 10 out of 10, and we're talking about Blackberry.
Dude, because
And-
Blackberry is a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Jack Quaid was cool in this. He also didn't really have much screen time, but I thought he was good.
I thought everyone was good. I honestly can't point to a performance that I didn't say.
I really liked Rami Malek.
Yeah, me too. And he hardly has any lines.
Yeah. I don't remember if Roderick says anything in this movie.
He has at least one. I remember when he spoke, and because I think I didn't even realize he was in the movie, and when he spoke, I was like, oh,
I had
shit,
seen
that's
that
Roderick.
he was in the movie, but I don't remember if I saw
Yeah.
him when I was watching.
I wanted to keep this review spoiler free. I don't know if we'll end up doing that, but I think I'll say it now.
A bomb goes off.
Yeah, bomb goes off. Yada yada yada. This movie is best going in knowing as little as possible.
I don't think so.
I think it's best. I think every movie is best going in knowing as little as possible.
No.
What do you think you would know about this? I mean, besides the general history of what happened with the atomic bomb in America, in Japan, in the war,
well,
I don't think there's really context that you need here. That
you don't
would
need
add to it.
context, but I think it enhances the flavor of this film just a little bit.
all right, what would you if you
Like,
want to
so I
not hear
bought-
a spoiler? Just
No, I'm not going to spoil anything. I bought American Prometheus, the book in which this is based off of. I'm not very far in. I'm going to say that. I didn't have much time to do any reading of it, but I've gotten far enough that I'm in like the 1927, 29 or something in Oppenheimer's life. And like the first 45 minutes of this movie, I had understood everything perfectly.
I did too. I did too, and I haven't read the
everybody
book.
was. I had known like what everything was about to be. Here's a spoiler for 5 seconds. Skip ahead. The apple. I knew exactly what that was all about.
Okay. Well, the movie also tells you. I don't think you needed to know.
No, there were some
You're basically just saying, oh, if you want to know the story, read the story.
There were some people who were like, "What is he doing to the apple?" And right next to me, and I was like, "What do you mean?"
Nico, let me tell you something. You were sitting next to idiots.
Well, maybe.
I knew exactly what he was doing to the apple. I feel like most people did.
I don't know. I had some goofballs sitting next to me
Yeah,
though. Like later on, they were laughing at like some random things that weren't even like jokes. But I was thinking, okay.
Well, I laughed at one.
But there
I
were-
already told you about the one.
I think
laughed
this
at.
was one of Nolan's like most joke-filled movies. Does that make sense? He had a bunch of random, just little blurts.
I feel like he always does though. You should go back and watch like the Batman Begins.
No, I know Batman Begins has a bunch like, oh, nice coat, and then
Yeah.
he just zip lines all the way back
Yeah.
up some skyscraper. No, but this one, there were a bunch of just random little things throughout the movie that I found myself laughing at for no reason.
And I think it's necessary with the subject matter, with how heavy this movie is. You need some levity. For 3 hours, it is intense. It's fast paced, and you need some levity.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's one of the things I love about Nolan's writing. Is he does like have clever humor, finds clever ways to work his like honestly kind of robotic humor, but it's funny, so it works.
It's not robotic.
Kind of. Visually, movie's great.
Yeah.
I want to touch on that as well. You can talk about it a little more.
What's his name? The
Fantastic.
DP?
Yeah, the DP that I can't pronounce.
Van Hoyte.
Yeah.
Hoytema. I forget his name.
Yeah, fantastic. If you can go see it in an IMAX theater, go see it in an IMAX theater. It's better. I think it's worth the price. Some of the people I went with thought, it's not worth the extra money. I think it is.
I would pay $20 to go watch that movie.
Yeah.
And I did.
Yeah, I was happy to. I think it was absolutely worth it.
Yeah.
The extra, especially in some of the more cinematic, explosive scenes, it looks really good.
Yeah.
So
we're not spoiling anything. No talking about none of the spoilers.
I don't want to talk about story spoilers because this story is not known. I mean, yes, the book is out there, yes, but most people haven't read the book.
I want to talk about.
Exactly, but I think that's the enjoyment of the movie. Go see it. There's some really good plot points here that some
But there were
reveals,
cool
some
things.
twists. There are cool things. Yes, that's the point. Go see the movie.
Let's
You can talk about them in a vague way. I'll talk about my negatives in a vague way.
In a vague way.
Okay,
I have no negatives.
All right, you have no negatives.
I mean, it was 3 hours long, but I enjoyed it.
I will say that's not a negative. For me, the 3 hours felt fast. Like it did feel like a shorter movie than it actually was. It was really good in terms of pacing. I don't think it had any issues. Did you think it felt long? I mean, I know you had just gotten off a plane. So.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe getting off the flight and then going to the theater an hour and a half later. Or an hour later. But maybe 2:30 would have been a bit more ideal.
I honestly don't.
But I don't know. I still enjoyed my time in the theater.
Yeah,
I still loved every minute of it.
Could he have cut things down? Certainly.
I think you can say that for any movie, right?
Yeah, I don't feel like he wasted time. To me, this movie doesn't have wasted time edits. It doesn't have lingering shots. Nolan doesn't linger.
I know.
It's funny. Great. It's funny to hear him say he likes Kubrick. I mean, Kubrick doesn't really linger either, but he's definitely does a lot of long.
Oh my god, 2001 had the most long takes I've ever seen.
That's one of Nolan's direct inspirations.
Speaking of 2001, it was the opening scene in Barbie. I thought that was great. I thought that was only the trailer, like one of the little ads, but that was great in the movie. Scene. Anyways, back to Oppenheimer. This was great.
It was great. Can I have my little gripes with it?
No,
I don't think it was a perfect movie.
Yet. Hang on. Right. The score was so good. I got goosebumps watching this movie 100 times.
Thank you for mentioning it. Perfect score. Honestly, great.
Incredible. I don't know who he got to do it. I don't think
it was the same guy as Tenet. It was Ludwig blah 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 something. I don't know his last name. yeah.
Oh no, sorry.
I think
Ludwig Göransson.
There you go.
That guy. Yeah.
It not Hans Zimmer. He did everything with Hans Zimmer, but apparently I was reading online, people were speculating that Hans Zimmer went and chose to do Dune instead of Tenet, and then now they have beef or something, and so
there's no way.
Hans
Zimmer has done like 6 or 7 of his movies.
Yeah, but I'm glad it was Ludwig this time because it was fantastic.
Whoever Nolan chooses, they know what to do with the soundtrack.
This score was perfect.
It's so good. This was
perfect. I liked Tenet's, but I loved this one. Like this is a great. Like I thought the score in Tenet was one of the best parts, but this is.
Well, yeah, because everything you played forwards, you could play it backwards.
Yeah,
and it would be. I don't remember if it played the same or if it played like just completely differently. I forget what the whole thing was, but this one was great. This one was much better. It was honestly perfect for it. It couldn't have asked for better. So thank you for bringing that up. And now I'll get into my negatives. Dude, you can't have many, do you? No, I don't have many. Okay. I think. Okay. I was talking with you just now before we started recording about this. I think this is a problem with all Nolan movies. I think he did it again. So I have like 2 major screenplay issues. The first one is I think he has too much exposition at times where I think it doesn't slow things down, but I think it hinders some of the progress that like you're making as a viewer. I think he doesn't trust the viewer to be smart enough to understand what's going on. So he has a character ask a dumb question to another character, and the character explains what's happening in the movie. Okay, wait. But we're talking about the guy who made Inception, Tenet, Memento, Prestige, all of these crazy movies. I think in Inception and like Interstellar and
the Tenet,
Interstellar too.
the complicated ones. I think the exposition is necessary and it works.
I think he's just used to it.
This is
no. I think he just doesn't know how to let
style.
go of that.
I agree.
Right?
It's his style, and it's kind of a personal gripe for me because it's just like, okay, just trust your viewer here. Just we know what's going on for the most part. Just like let us watch the movie. Like you don't need to just tell us what's going on all the time. And I understand it. Like from a style perspective, that's his thing. But I just don't love that about any of his scripts. That's just it's kind of a nitpick, I know.
You don't think it works on any of them?
Oh no, I think it works well in the in the more complicated movies. I think in this one, because it's more of a character study, I don't think you need it as much. I think you need it when you're describing what a dream within a dream is. I think it's necessary.
Okay, yeah.
But I don't think it's as necessary when you're just talking about what's going on in the Senate hearing that day, you know? Anyways,
but I thought it was helpful. There were a lot of people who I heard walking out of the movie, and they were like, I don't know what we were talking about through 2/3 of this movie and those little hearings.
Yeah, granted.
And I was like, okay, I guess I got it.
The average viewer may not. I understand that. He's appealing to a mass audience. I get it. My other gripe, I think, is a little more... I think it's a little more grounded, and I think you actually might agree a little bit. I think the climax of the movie, and I'm not... You know what I'm talking about when I say the climax of the movie. No. Right?
Spoiler for 10 seconds. Skip ahead 10 seconds.
No, okay. That's the climax of the movie.
Yeah,
okay,
sure.
So that is the definitive climax of the movie. From there, there's kind of two storylines going on at the same time. I think the transition between when the climax happened, really from a screenplay perspective, like visually everything entertaining, editing still great, but it didn't transition super smoothly between that climax and then going into really, it's kind of like a second mini climax in the third act in the movie. I don't think the transition was great between those two.
Can we just label this a spoiler and you tell me what the second mini climax is?
Yeah.
Okay. Spoiler warning,
this is
quote
a spoiler.
unquote.
Yeah, when you get into the meat and potatoes of the Robert Downey Jr. trial thing, and then really the final scene, which I don't want to spoil that, but
okay, no.
The Robert Downey Jr. twist, I think that's sort of the second, like some of the twists in the trial, that's the second climax because that all happens.
Oh, I thought you were referring to...
And then the conclusion of the interrogation room stuff with... It's not really the interrogation room. It's like the closed trial thing with Oppenheimer. Like the conclusion of that storyline and then the conclusion of the Downey Jr. trial storyline. Like those are what I think are like the second... That's like second storyline going on. And that didn't transition well for me from a screenplay perspective. You get what I'm saying?
There's
just kind of a lull. There's like a 15 to 20 minute lull there.
No, you're just
like, all right. Well, that's all I gotta say. It's not a perfect movie. I don't think it's a perfect movie.
It's pretty close to
perfect. Also, we talked about this as a stylistic choice. Also, it has some of the audio mixing issues where you can't perfectly hear lines of dialogue, so you might miss some stuff. Maybe go see it a second time.
They're
watch
making
it with
bombs.
subtitles. Yeah, all right.
It doesn't have to be mixed perfectly.
Do you want me to give a score first?
Yeah, give a score.
All right. I'm gonna go 9.5. This is a near perfect movie. It's not perfect. I might change my score later. I was telling Nico this. I need to go see it a second time. I need to sit with it a little more. It's a heavy movie. Definitely worth the price of admission. For IMAX even. What's your score?
You're such a hater.
I gave it a 9.
This movie is a 10 out of 10.
Put the glasses on.
Oh, yeah. This is a 10 out of 10.
I'll put...
This is a 10 out of 10. Nico, certified fresh. Double glasses, Nick?
I'm just going to put them on. Wow.
Come on, up it. Give it a 10.
I'm not upping it.
9.8 minimum.
I'm shielding my eyes from the explosion.
And those glasses will
not work. I gotta
get
some sunscreen.
Yeah, did you like that one character putting on sunscreen?
Yeah, there's a sunscreen scene in this movie. Also, it's rated R. I think it's the first Nolan R-rated movie. It's not?
I think Insomnia.
Oh,
or
really?
No, Memento. Memento might be.
Memento is R. Interesting.
One of those two is.
Interesting. All right.
This is stupid. I don't know why this is our tradition, but we'll just keep it.
Yeah.
This is a 10 out of 10. Go watch this fucking movie.
It's worth a watch. It is one of the best movies this year. I'm really happy that these movies, Barbie and Oppenheimer, have gotten people out to the theaters. I think it's great. Go see
Mission
it.
Impossible. We didn't see it.
I saw it actually.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I liked it.
Just a brief summary. Did you like it? Yes. No.
It's campy. It's what you'd expect from a Mission Impossible movie, but it delivers. Like you're probably not going in expecting a character or story masterpiece. It's neither of those things, but it's exciting action. Tom Cruise does cool stunts. It's fun.
Was it worth the price of admission?
For like $10 or less, yeah. Okay. Or if you're an action fan, if you're really like a big fan of action movies, go see it. It's worth it. Okay. I'd give it like a 7, around 7.
Bro, what? You can't score it. Cut this out.
All right.
Actually, just leave it.
That's not our scoring system. I just gave it around a 7.
that's an unofficial score. That's not going on the list.
Yep. All right.
My score is TBT. Anywho, Oppenheimer. Go watch this shit. This is definitely a Best Picture frontrunner right now.
I'm going to go see it again. Are you going to go see it again?
I don't know. I'm leaving in 10 hours.
I bet they're showing it there.
They may be. I don't think I'm going to go watch it there.
I'll probably go see it again in a couple weeks.
Yeah, I may see it on film. That's maybe what I do.
Gateway's showing it on film, so I'm gonna do that probably in a couple weeks. Yeah, really fun time.
Great. Not fun time.
Great.
This is depressing.
Okay, well,
but it's great.
I had fun.
No,
I don't think most people.
No, it's an incredible but depressing time.
It's worth your time. Do you want to just do a mini Barbie review, or do you want me to stop recording and do a second one?
Keep this all in. We're gonna stop it, and we're gonna film a second episode that's less than 5 minutes.
It might not be uploaded until like next week. So
yeah, we got to space out our content.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think that's necessary.
That is
we must
necessary.
do it justice for this monumental weekend.
Yeah, this is crazy. It's. I really hope it does well. Both of these movies do well at the box office. I think this is. You and I were talking. I want to end the podcast with this. I think last year we were optimistic about the future of movies with Tom Cruise and Top Gun Maverick. But this is even more exciting for me because we saw people at the theaters that don't normally go to the theaters. So that's exciting for me. And like I hope studios learn from this and say, okay, let's just pair these crazy opposite movies again together. Cuz this is really getting people out there. It's really exciting to me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I was able to partake and witness what I did. I saw 1 million people just in line to get concessions before we went and saw Oppenheimer. 1 million people just in bright pink shirts that said Barbie across them, bright pink dresses, people wearing black Oppenheimer shirts, people wearing black and red Barbenheimer shirts.
Did you see anyone in suits?
No, I didn't. Maybe that's because I'm 2 days out from the original Thursday that it drops, because I don't know why movies do that, but
yeah,
I did not see anybody dressed like that.
I saw some suits on Thursday.
I mainly just saw like Barbenheimer shirts and then just straight up pink Barbie.
Yeah.
But yeah, last time I can think of anything like this was like the high schoolers for Minion Rise of Gru wearing suits. But we didn't even wear suits.
Yeah,
Nick thought it was stupid.
Yeah, there was. This actually might be worth wearing a suit though.
He won't wear a suit.
No, I won't. I won't do that. But
don't say something if you're not gonna do it.
I'm suggesting to the viewers they can do it if they want.
To wear a suit as if they're in the
Ethan's gonna go wear a suit.
To see this?
Yeah, because we're telling him to right now.
Ethan's not even gonna see this.
He might.
No, he won't.
All right. Ethan, if you're seeing this, please comment.
There's not enough shooting in this movie that Ethan's not gonna go watch it.
I'll try to convince him to see it. Everyone should see it. This actually is. This is like a. And I honestly, I think
this is a pretty life-changing movie. I'm not gonna lie.
I think it asks a lot of important real-world questions now. Even though the history of the movie is 85 years old, it's like this stuff is still relevant.
Yeah,
there's a lot of
it always
questions.
will be.
We don't need to get into the politics of it. Maybe we can talk about it afterwards because I'm interested in what your opinions are, but
not on the
air.
Yeah, we don't need to talk politics.
All right. Thank you for watching. Enjoy our Barbie review next week.
Yeah, go watch this morally complex film.
Yep. Adios.